This is Shepherd, and we're here at the Back Bar in Janesville, Wisconsin. We had a chance here, a few minutes to talk a little bit with Chris here from Flaw. First of all, thank you for taking a chance to talk to us and our fans.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So the big question for when I talk to a lot of people about Flaw is this, and let's get just right to the point. There is a big desire for Flaw, but fans want to know, is this for real? Is this going to happen? Are you going to be here? Are you going to be around for a while? That's what they want to know.
Right. Well, I mean, I would say absolutely. I mean, even after Flaw broke up a while back, I still continued music. I did a side project. I did a solo record, but I do believe that this is Flaw's time now. Our brand new record is actually finished. We're in the process of sending it back and forth to the guy that's mixing it, and just doing some fine tweaking and stuff like that. But I mean, this is definitely the record that we should have put out, as opposed to breaking up years ago. And I think we're gaining momentum, but I think the quality of the songs on the new record are going to speak for themselves. I mean, I'll be here as long as I'm allowed to be.
Great. Like I said, there's a lot of people I talk to. We grew up, our friends grew up, and we grew up with Through the Eyes, and we grew up with Endangered Species. And it was music that always lyrically touched the heart, but power at the same time. Has that always been a natural niche for you as a performer?
Actually, yeah, it has. My dad was a writer for a long time, so a lot of my strong points in school growing up, it was always English or writing composition or poetry or stuff like that. But I've also felt a really strong need for positive substance in lyrics. Even if a song's about something negative, trying to find a positive outcome, a light at the end of the tunnel type situation. So it's always kind of come naturally for me, I guess. After my mom's death when I was a young child, I went through a lot of therapy, and in therapy they make you write down your feelings, because a lot of times it's easier to write it down than to verbalize it. So that also kind of it kind of catapults the process as well. But yeah, I mean, I've always felt that music should have positive substance. I think too many people don't realize the psychological effects on somebody who, through the course of 4 or 5 years, sings a song in their head, and they're repeating a vocal line in their head.
Sure.
I mean, if all your music is about hatred and about hurting people and about horrible things that and people like the beat, then they're basically just almost psychologically convincing themselves to feel a way that they wouldn't naturally feel. And I think there's too much of that in music. I think there always has been. And I'm just trying to do something that's not like that.
That's awesome. Yeah, you're basically talking about self-fulfilling prophecy. If I listen to hate all the time, I feel hate.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. I do a lot of this, and I don't hear that a lot. So that's really kind of neat to hear that going on. So is that obviously part of the theme of the new album?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's some heavy and aggressive songs on there, but they're not about hurting people or about taking revenge or anything stupid like that. But then there's also ballads. The new record is a lot more like our first record than it is our second.
Okay.
The second one, to me personally, was more of like a concept and a musicianship record, as opposed to just a straightforward, the songs about the melody or the songs about, the chorus line or something like that. And we kind of went back to our roots on this new record. So, I mean, we're definitely proud of it.
You got to be excited.
I am. I mean, I wish it was coming out a lot sooner.
Yeah.
But there's this whole process, even after we deliver it to the label, which is probably going to be in about 2 or 3 weeks. They send it off to get mastered, and that takes some time. And they want what they call long lead marketing time, to advertise for it before it hits the stores.
Sure.
So, there's like a 2 to 2.5 month gap after we deliver it before it can even get to the stores.
Gotcha.
And I wish it was coming out sooner. Yeah.
Well, we'll be at We Love Metal. I know we'll be in that process because we get things sent to us a month before, 2 months before, right. And I'll be the one I'm grabbing it from all the writers. This Flaw's album's my album, so we'll be reviewing that absolutely. And, going back to some of the things that you guys have done in the past, things like My Letter. I mean you've obviously talked about some tragedy you've gone through. Is that where that's born? Because there's something that's just so from you and the band to the listener that's unfiltered, where some bands, as good as they are, you kind of have to guess.
Right.
With you guys, you just almost feel. Is that from pain? Is that just?
Yeah, it's definitely from pain. But it's also from self-discovery, and it's also from finding a way out of the pain. Finding a way to cope with the pain. That song it's not written about one thing. It's almost when I was actually sitting down writing the lyrics, it felt to me like it was a way that I wanted to almost apologize for just not understanding things as a child, and I was angry for a long time after her death and all that. And so it stemmed from that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being so honest and open about what you've been through. I know that can't be an easy thing, but we talk about music being therapy and such, and it certainly is. What do you, besides obviously what you write, what do you listen to that is either therapeutic and cathartic for you, or is just I freaking love it? What's in your devices, whatever your devices are?
To be honest with you, I have tunnel vision when we're working on a record.
Okay.
And we just got out of the studio finishing it up like maybe a month ago. So I haven't really had time to pay attention to anything else. I also try not to listen to a lot of other music while I'm tracking in the studio because I don't want something I hear to affect something I would naturally do myself.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be able to answer that question for another couple months probably. Yeah. I do. I always like the classics. I love Journey. I love Deftones. Let's see, Tool. If I'm feeling like I want to listen to something crazy, I'll do a YouTube search for metal remakes of pop songs.
Okay.
And some of those are actually really good.
Yeah.
But that's if I want to if I want to cleanse my palate or
sure,
do a brain dump or something.
Gotcha.
But other than that, I've just been focused on this new record for so long.
Excellent. So as we wrap up here, when this tour is over, and there's subsequent tours, I'm sure, in line, at the end of this tour, what would you gauge as a success? When you sit back and okay, that was success. That tour was a success because why? What do you got to get done?
We have to be professional. We have to play at our best. We have to represent ourselves as a people that we are. We have to connect with the fans that are there. It's always a bonus to sell tickets. But even shows like on a Tuesday night in the middle of nowhere where only 75 people show up, they can sometimes be the most intimate shows you play.
Yeah.
So, at the end of a tour, I gauge success by is everybody healthy and not want to kill each other because you spend a lot of time in a very confined space.
Right.
And did we connect with the fans? Were the venue promoters happy? All that stuff.
How's it been connecting with fans?
It's been amazing. All the way down to having people that are 30 years old now that said that they got our first record when they were freshmen in high school.
Sure.
And that it still means as much to them now as it did then. But it's been great. It's one of those things where it's an honor for me to have people connect to my lyrics that way because I'm not just saying it. But it's been great.
Yeah, and it's funny you say that with 30-year-olds. I'm 45, and I was listening to your stuff all week. It's still, and then I was putting it in the weight room. I'm a high school football coach, and we were pumping Flaw in the weight room.
That's awesome.
I had a kid come up. This kid's 16 years old. He's like, "Who is that?" That's Flaw. I kind of dig that, and I'm thinking, wow, that takes me back. So
Right.
you're still reaching people, and there's youngins gonna, that'll be on tour to see you, so that next generation can gel with you guys. We'll wrap it up here. Yeah. So anything I'll give you a chance. Anything you want to say to fans in general, to readers?
I want to say thank you very much, for the past 15, 16 years of support. Thank you for being there for us, allowing us to do this for a living. Thank you for listening to the lyrics as they were meant, to be heard. And that we're very proud of this new record. It is going to be out in a few months. We don't have the exact street date at this moment, but it will definitely be a couple months. And we can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Is there a name you can drop? Put him on the spot.
I guess I could. I don't know.
It's okay. That's all right. we almost got there, but we're going to respect that, okay? So we're here in Janesville, like we said. This tour goes on. We got Soil and Flaw and some supporting acts here tonight. Flaw album's going to come out in a couple months, and people are just waiting like crazy for it, which is a great thing. So get to the tour, get to the record store, support it. All right. Thank you very much.
And thank you for the support. I appreciate it.
You betcha.